Prosper Log, show date 141107. How we all doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a long week. I'm ready to finally relax. And how about we get the show started off with this week's unofficial sponsor? We are taking it to Wally's Aluminum Shaping Process, run by a good friend of ours, Wally Fortier. Wally, he can make you a Federation logo, a Klingon Empire logo, Romulan, Borg, Ferengi, Cardassian. You name it, he can probably make it for you. Or if you wanted to go with, if you're more into a sports logo, he can make you a Colts horseshoe. He can definitely make you a Broncos head. He's probably one of the biggest Broncos fans I know. Ugh, if you even asked him to, he can make you an ugly New England Patriots head. It's terrible. Alright, well, you can find him on Facebook at www.facebook.com/WASPA. WASPAA. I don't know about you, I'm a little thirsty. I'm about to bust something. I'm about to bust out a new beer that I have yet to drink on the show. Look at that. Sam Adams Rebel IPA at 6.5% ABV. Proper opening apparatus, proper technique. We got the good Spock, evil Spock glass going on tonight. Looky there, looky there. Hang on, let's turn this around the right way. There we go. I'm in a good Spock kind of mood tonight. A little laid back, ready to drink, talk football and Trek with you. Cheers and beers to everybody. Kapla! As they would say in the Klingon Empire. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Alright, got to start it out right. Got to start out with the birthdays. From November 4th. Gonna start with a girl I grew up with. I went to high school with, Diane Denny. Diane, how you doing, sunshine? How's life treating you? I see things are going well for you. I hope life is good for you back in Newcastle. Diane, I hope you're better. I hope your lesser half treated you well, and I drink to you on your birthday. All right, next up, this guy I actually work with here at our station, Okinawa, Aaron Hondrick. Hondo, how's it going, bud? Hope your birthday was a good one, and I hope you did like I'm doing now, and enjoyed an adult beverage. All right, next on the list. These birthdays are going to be short. Next on the list, from the 6th, Maegan Mugallion. Now, May, how you doing, sunshine? I hope things are looking up for you. Now, I met her in Germany. Met her there 4 years ago, actually. Good kid, sweetheart, even though she's a Star Wars fan. Hey, excuse me, nobody's perfect. Megan, drink to you, and I hope you had a happy birthday. And last on the list, from today, actually, I'm going to give some love to my dear sister-in-law, Reba Chenoweth. Reba, I hope you had a happy birthday. I hope my brother treated you well today. You deserved it. And to you, I drink on the occasion of your birthday. All right. That was it for the birthdays. Didn't have very many today. I want to extend some additional greetings. Well, I already mentioned him, my brother Josh Chenoweth. Now, I say brother, but then again, he's my best friend. Josh Chenoweth is probably one of my best friends. I've known him all my life. He is like a brother to me. I grew up with him. Josh is like a brother to me. Josh, I hope you spoiled the crap out of your wife. She deserved it, and I hope you're doing good. I need to call you, actually. I need to call you. It's been too long. Why is it that you have a bad dream about somebody and you call them, you talk to them, and then I don't know. I gotta call you, Josh. I drink to you, my friend. All right, since we're on the subject of brothers, I'm going to talk about my other brother, Kyle Mattingly. Kyle, how's it going, buddy? I hope life's treating you well. It was good talking to you on Facebook the other day. I need to get a hold of your phone number, too. Call you up, see how life's treating you. And I also saw where your better half, Miriam, yep, I'm going to give some love to my other sister-in-law, too. Miriam Mattingly. I saw where she just recently completed her, what was it? Was it your bachelor's degree? Maybe even your master's. I don't know. You just completed a college degree in accounting. Miriam, to you and my brother Kyle, I drink. Congratulations on everything. And let's drink. By the way, Kyle, Josh, I'm going to let you guys know when I'm home. We have definitely got to do another... We got to do a fat food buffet with Star Trek going. Got to have White Castle, chicken, Enterprise, root beer floats. Not even Enterprise, just any Star Trek. I don't care which one. We just got to do that again. All right, now I'm going to move on. I got one more family member I'm going to give some love to, but I'm going to save her for the last one. I'm going to move on to Renee Phillips. Now, I actually met her, it was actually about this time last year when I was on vacation in Yeehaw, Texas, with my good buddy of Beer and Song of the Day, Josh Baker. Renee, I hope you're doing okay. I hope life's going well for you. I drink to you. Alright. Next on the list. Now this gal, when I first started up my YouTube show and my Facebook page, she quadrupled my fan base in the period of 16 hours. 16 hours roughly. Kat Thompson of Cat Sky. Kat, how are you doing? Rumor has it you recently got your Vulcan ears. I think my friend Josh Baker is going to hit you up here soon. He heard you got your Vulcan ears. He saw your ears. Man, he's ready for you. He is ready to do business with you. But no, Kat, I give you the Prosper salute for hooking up my fan base, and I drink to you. And last but not least, my dear mother, Gail Riggs. She's gonna be here with me, and with that being said, there will not be a show next week. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out now because she's gonna be here. There will not be a show next week. But Mom, I'm looking forward to your visit here. We've got a few things planned for you and your friend Brenda while you're here, and yeah, I can't wait. So Mom, to you, I drink. All right. Additional greetings extended. Star Trek birthdays. We had one this week. Back from the 5th, November 5th, 1949. I'm talking about Armin Shimmerman. Who's that? Best known as Quark on Deep Space Nine. Started out as a Ferengi privateer, later became community leader. Kind of an unofficial ambassador. Actually, no, scratch that. Scratch that. He's not an unofficial ambassador. He's the leader of the Guild of Promenade of the Promenade Merchants Association. That was the term he used. Happy birthday to you, Armin Shimmerman. Alright, Star Trek birthdays. Done. Alright, let's talk a little bit of football trash talk, shall we? Before I start talking smack about the other teams, I have to pause for a moment. You remember when I broke the story about Devin Still, the defensive tackle from the from the Cincinnati Bengals? Caught myself. The defensive tackle from the Cincinnati Bengals that was cut from this team, then signed on to the practice squad after they found out that his daughter had cancer. Well, Cleveland and Cincinnati played today for me. Cleveland and Cincinnati played this morning, and that was the first game that his daughter had a chance to see her dad play in. And actually, that was the first time they were in the same building since he was re-signed to the practice squad, I believe. She was in Philly, and don't quote me on that, but I think she was in Philly, and he was in Cincinnati. And today was the first time she had been able to see her dad play. They got their butts kicked, but hey, that doesn't matter. My hat's off Cincinnati on this one. Cincinnati, I give you crap for not being a real football team, even though we beat you. But hey, excuse me, my hat is off to you. Well done. Plus, they donated over $1.3 million to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Cincinnati Bengals, I know I give you a lot of crap, but this one's from the heart. I give you guys the Prosper Salute. And I drink to you. Just had to throw that out there. I know, probably went off on a tangent, but hey, it's my show. I'll go off on a tangent if I want to. Alright, let's talk football this week. I want to know who y'all like it for the games too. This week, Chiefs versus Bills. I'm going with the Chiefs. Call it a feeling. Call it a feeling if you want to. Dolphins, Lions. I don't know if the Dolphins' defense is going to be able to stop Megatron or not. I got to go with the Lions on that one. Cowboys and Jaguars. Now, Dallas, if you lose to Jacksonville, you might as well just quit for the rest of the season. I'm pegging you guys to win this one because it's frickin' Jacksonville. The only team that's worse than them is Oakland. Yeah, Oakland at 0-8. 49ers and Saints. You know, both teams are really too unpredictable. They're not consistent, you know? You really can't call them 1 week to the next. So I'm just throwing this one out there, you know, just a shot in the dark. 49ers. What the hell? Titans, Ravens. Titans are in my conference, but I don't like the Ravens. I'm torn. I'm really torn on this one. Got to go with the Ravens. Not torn like New England, Oakland. Excuse me. Steelers, Jets. The Jets don't have a prayer. Come on. Falcons, Buccaneers. Nah, Bucks don't have a prayer. It's the frickin' Bucks. Come on. Broncos, Raiders. Yeah. I don't even have... no comment. Yeah, I know by now. If the Raiders are 0-8, I don't see them going 1-8 this week. I'm just going to put it that way. Rams, Cardinals. I don't know. The Rams are another tricky team. They have this weird tendency of coming from behind. But I got to go with the Cardinals on this one. Giants, Seahawks. Screw you, Seattle. The Bears and the Packers. You know, with the way Chicago's playing, I'm going with the Packers. November 10th, Panthers, Eagles. I don't see the Panthers pulling this one off. I really don't. I don't see them getting the W on this one. Got to go with the Eagles. Bye week. My beloved Colts. They're going to rest up. They're going to need the rest if they're going to beat the crap out of the Patriots, who also are on a bye week. Vikings, Chargers, the team formerly known as the Redskins, and the Texans. And finally, on November 13th, week 11, the first game, Bills, Dolphins. Something's telling me to go with the Dolphins. I don't know what it is. Something is telling me to go with the Dolphins. All right, football talk. Done. Wow, this was going quick. All right, now, back to the trek. This week's episode, Balance of Terror. Basically, the Enterprise faces off in its first encounter with the Romulans. The plot of this episode is based on the 1957 movie The Enemy Below, with the Enterprise taking the part of the American destroyer and the Bird of Prey with its cloaking device taking the part of the submarine. Director Vincent McEvity had seen the film, but only noticed the differences later, when this was pointed out to him. He commented, obviously, it's the same story. According to Harlan Ellison, when Paul Schneider told him he had adapted The Enemy Below for television, Ellison then refused to speak to him. I've never seen the movie. Might have to watch it and see if I can figure out why Harlan Ellison decided to be a... Oh, did I say that? Star Trek, the original series 365, suggests that Schneider may have also been inspired by another submarine film, Run Silent, Run Deep. The authors note that the film contains a similar plot thread of an officer longing for vengeance, as well as the tactic of releasing wreckage and bodies from a damaged vessel in order to mislead the opposing ship. The Star Trek Compendium also mentions this film as an inspiration along with The Enemy Below. A long portion of the scene with the doomed Commander Hansen was cut from the final episode. Hansen informed Kirk that the Romulan vessel is of starship design, which is remarkably similar to ours, and that the Romulans had probably stolen Earth designs via espionage and traders. This is the basis for Styles' remark about having Romulan spies aboard the Enterprise. A shot filmed but cut from the finished episode shows Kirk saluting the Romulan commander before he destroyed his ship. Now, I wonder, would that have been the Prosper salute, the Love Doctor salute, or the Love Doctor Prosper salute hybrid, you know? I don't know. Who knows? The music featured during the opening scenes of the wedding ceremony is a 19th century English tune, Long, Long Ago. Although phasers are used throughout the episode, the visual effect scene is that which later become used for the photon torpedo launches. Probably because the term photon torpedo was not invented till later in the season in Arena. Excuse you, Lucky's over here. Kirk orders the phasers to be set for proximity blast. Each phaser blast acts as a Navy depth charge. Continuing Trek's progressive cultural presentations, an almost unnoticed bit of staging might indicate that Angela Martine was Catholic, as she is seen genuflecting before the altar in the ship's chapel during her aborted wedding ceremony. While hardly controversial today, for the 1960s it was a fairly bold thing to show, considering the prejudice against Catholics that was still common in the United States in those days. Note, however, that this is not exclusively a Roman Catholic practice. Some Episcopalians, for example, also genuflect in front of the altar. That's one thing Gene Roddenberry said was not a big deal in Star Trek. Religion. Yeah. We'll talk about that later when we get to Deep Space Nine. Several sources, including the making of Star Trek and the Star Trek Compendium, state that the ship's chapel was a redress of the transporter room. Yet in this episode, and the other episode the chapel is seen in, the Tholian Web, the chapel is an obvious redress of the briefing room. This is confirmed by Inside Star Trek, The Real Story, which reproduces the set blueprints created for this episode. Two of the actors playing Romulans in this episode would later play Vulcan characters, namely Mark Leonard and Lawrence Montagne. Lawrence Montagne. Yeah, no, I butchered it. That's a weird name. The Romulan helmets shown aboard the Romulan bridge were designed to cover the ears of the actors. This saved the additional cost of creating prosthetic ear points for each of the supporting actors. They were reused in Amok Time on Vulcans and the Enterprise incident for the same reason. The rarely seen command work utility jumpsuit is worn by several crew members in this episode. This episode saw the introduction of the Romulan Star Empire in Star Trek. That's what I said earlier. It was writer Paul Schneider who is credited with creating the Romulans. Schneider remarked it was a matter of developing a good Roman-esque set of admirable antagonists that were worthy of Kirk. I came up with the concept of the Romulans, which was an extension of the Roman civilization to the point of space travel, and it turned out quite well. Mr. Schneider, you sure did do a good job with the Romulans. For that, I give you the Prosper salute. Schneider's next contribution was the Squire of Gothos. We'll get to that one too. I like that one. This is the only time in which the ship's weaponry is fired through a chain of commands, Kirk to Styles to phaser room. Although the Corbomite maneuver comes close with Bailey's phaser drills. This gives the episode more of its submarine versus destroyer feel. Dialogue in the episode establishes that there are multiple weapons batteries on board, helm and starboard weapons being specifically mentioned. Regular first season extra Ron Vito gets his only close-up in the original series when he replaces Styles at the navigation console. I thought Uhura replaced him. Oh well. The preview trailer gives a star date for this episode as 1710. The trailer includes footage of the Enterprise firing its phasers from the Corbomite maneuver instead of the blast-like phaser effects seen in the actual episode. Get it straight, come on. As an homage, Captain Picard's wedding remarks in the Next Generation episode Data's Day are almost the same as those Kirk uses. The view screen display shown as the Enterprise approaches the neutral zone shows Earth outposts 1 through 7 in Sector Z6. Folks, I don't know about you. That was kind of... I don't know about you. You Star Trek fans out there. I like that episode. Balance of Terror is a good episode. Alright, time to finish this off. Empties the brain cells of the average Sequest fan. Well, folks, it's that time. It's time for me to head out. So everybody take care. Have an awesome night or day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink. Or more importantly, you might kill yourself or someone else. And drinking and driving is dumber than being a Sequest fan. And what's dumber than that is rooting for little douchebag crybabies like Tom. And Giselle won't let me go to the Pro Bowl, and I've only won half the Super Bowls I've gone to, and I can't beat Eli Manning. Brady, men slapping women, racism, animal abuse, fake friends, people who welch on bets, or anyone who is a member of, supports, or defends the Westboro Baptist Church. People like that are just plain stupid, and I don't have time for that kind of thing. So, you all have an awesome night or day, and, as always, live long and prosper.